What's going on, folks? I'm going to do a review of some records, but right quick, I'm listening to the local AM radio station in Omaha, KFAB. This station is racist and bigoted, always has been. Right now, what they're doing is they're discussing the Confederate flag, and the stance of the radio station is to question it. It's like they're putting all this spin on it, trying to take away from the legacy of what that flag represents to an entire race of people. You know, and they're trying to minimalize it and trying to compare it. And just the way that they're doing it just shows that they don't... Someone at that station, I don't know if it's the disc jockeys or... But that station represents a mindset that does not understand the other side of the coin, and as a result promotes the notion that white privilege is okay. The Confederate flag is a symbol of a lot of things to a lot of people, but to deny that historically, and it also was in the speech of, that's online now. There's a speech that was spoken about the Confederate flag, how it represents the, who said it, the president or someone who said it, that the flag represents, white man being better than the Negro. It was said. It's documented. Someone just brought it up historically. So to try to sidestep that and just say it's, well, what will be next? What other symbol will be next that's offensive? It just again shows to me the lack of understanding and the continued want of this privileged position, or if it's not that, it's just that it's the continued, we will not acknowledge your feelings and thoughts historically, because we're not talking about just one person, we're talking about history. The Confederate flag represents some serious history, and the biggest station in my town, KFAB, consistently, when you listen, especially if you're a minority, you hear it in their words and between the things that they say, is that they're all about wanting to hang on to the old way of thinking, which is white is the majority and runs the show. And it's just time for that to change. It's wrong. It's wrong for a race to dominate other races. That's wrong. It's wrong. I was going to tell you about some records, but I just need to get this out, and I'm going to post this because it needs to be stated publicly by more than just me. And other people in Omaha are starting to raise their voices in concern about KFAB. KFAB is behind the times. They are literally promoting a dysfunctional way of looking at the world. The old white way is not the right way. It was never the best way. Equality and recognizing that differences, ethnic differences, do not equate to being better than or worse than. We have this historical legacy on this planet that needs to change, of supremacy, and it enrages me that my local station wants to trivialize this need. There is a real need for this to change, and for them to be looking for these little reasons to try and say that we're just crying over spilt milk. That is offensive, and that to me is racist. It is racist.
What are you talking about? The CWS, that's the...
Now they're talking about the sports. Eventually, I'm going to get in here and review Andalusia Rose and Jeffrey Scott Greer's last albums. I bought the Andalusia Rose, First Stone, and Jeffrey and I traded. I'll talk about those eventually, but you know, this is just really, really important stuff. And so I'm going to be talking about it. If you happen to watch this, someone personal messaged me after I said I don't like taking the personal messages. They said that they were interested in all these records, but they're not all for sale. I said so. The only one that's for sale is this, or, I mean, it's not for sale. It's like, I have some copies. Let me put it like this. I forget who it was. This single is for sale. It's available through my blog site. Just go to the link. I have a few copies of this, but the price would be exorbitant. I'm sorry, I will not take less than $100 for a copy of this. Copies already sell for $50 every now and then. So if that seems exorbitant, that's what I want. I want $100 or more for a copy of the Digital Sex. Okay? I'll be back soon.